All right, James, it looks like we are ready to bring you in if you want to turn on your mic and turn on your video. Here we go.
Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
You bet. And so this is actually the first time Survivor Geek has gone live. So welcome everybody. And so I'm on here with James, and we got the rest of the cast on here as well. And we're going to introduce them in just a minute. We're going to go ahead and give everybody a minute to start filtering over from episode 14 and give everybody a chance to make their way over here. It looks like we got about a 10 or 15-second delay from our live show from what we're actually doing. And so if you're asking a question in the chat, if we don't respond to it immediately, or if we don't get to it at all, sorry about that. And if you do have questions, I believe we can still get those added to the Google Sheet. I'll go ahead and add that in the chat. Give me just a minute to add that. All right, James, I think when you're ready, we can go ahead. If you're ready to go, we can start introducing them. I think we've got pretty much everybody filtered over to this now. Okay, and it sounds like James might be having some technical difficulties, and so we're going to go ahead and get going on this. And James, if you're able to hop in, let us know. And if not, we will go ahead and we'll run with it and hop in if and when you're able to. And so let's go ahead and bring people in. James, if you're able to turn on video, you're welcome to do that. If that's not working, that's fine too. Otherwise, let's go ahead and start by bringing in our 3 finalists. And so Eve, Marco, and Griffin, if you're able to join us, come on in. You're welcome to say hi.
Do I speak?
Hello.
Yeah, you're welcome to say hi real quick. We'll get some more attention on you a little later.
Copyright, Marco.
Somebody's got a little theme music going on as well.
Marco, that's gonna get copyrighted.
Oh, it is. That's true. That was my master plan this whole time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Team Marco in the chat. Yeah, it's live. Sorry to all the other contestants because I've got all the fans. Shout out to my boy Jonah, Vlaklav, David, all my boys. Thanks, Ryan.
Hey, you bet. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring everybody else in. We've got Kyle, Eddie, There's Eddie. Alex is not able to join us tonight, unfortunately. And so we've got Garrett, Zach.
Sorry, to all the other contestants.
And where's Zach at? Is he coming in?
He just said he has to go.
Oh, he's out of here. All right, Zach, it was nice to have you while we were chatting. Cody. Declan. And was Corey able to make it? I don't think I saw him.
He
Probably has tennis.
He has
Okay.
dinner. He'll be here soon.
Okay, so Corey maybe a little later. Michael. Yinny was not able to make it. Andrew. Thomas. Don.
Hello.
Hey there. Rainier was not able to make it, unfortunately. Neither was Marwan.
How do you pronounce that?
And let's see, did Elisio's here and Connor.
Oh,
Great. Okay, so I think we've got everybody here that's going to be able to do it. And so let's go ahead and just jump right into the votes unless you guys want to wait a little longer.
here we go.
Oh my gosh.
So
All right,
I've been
so this
waiting.
is-
We've waited long
fun.
enough. I think we're good.
Very
Yeah.
much
Wait,
like,
audience clapping.
very much like actual Survivor. We're going to, it's been 14 weeks since we did that last show.
Yeah.
It was real time 14 weeks. And so the contestants have been waiting 4 weeks. I think there's been some gossiping going on who they think has won, but nothing official has been released. And
Just a little.
Yeah.
I actually didn't look at this list until today. And so I wasn't sure what happened either. And so it's been,
Oh, so I could have bribed you.
you could have bribed me.
Like,
You
I
could
could
have gone
have
in
if I
and
got in earlier.
modified the document. Okay. And so let's go ahead and get down to this. So we don't have a drum roll or anything, but if we did, that'd be great. So for our first vote, we have Eve. So 1 vote Eve, 0 votes Marco, 0 votes Griffin. Our next vote is for Marco.
Woo! Yes, go. That's right, big boy. Woo! Woo!
All right, and in the theme of Cody, we got Marco ecstatic. And so next vote, so we've got 1 vote Eve, 1 vote Marco. Vote number 3, we've got Eve. So that's 2 votes Eve, 1 vote Marco. Our next vote, Marco. And so that puts us at a tie again. We're at 2 votes Eve, 2 votes Marco. And we've got 6 votes left. We had 10.
Let's
jury
call it a
members.
day. Let's
It's
call
going
it
to
a day
take
then.
6 votes to win this. Our next vote is for Eve. And so we've got 3 votes Eve, 2 votes Marco. Next vote is for Eve. That's 4 votes Eve, 2 votes Marco. Next vote, we've got another one for Eve. That's 5 votes Eve, 2 votes Marco. It takes 6 votes to win. If this next vote is for Marco or Griffin, we're still going to go.
It's a 5-5 tie.
All right. And the winner of our virtual Soul Survivor is Eve.
Oh my god.
Congratulations, Eve.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Good job, Eve.
Good
Okay.
game.
Season 1.
Hey, Marco, that's just how the cookie crumbles,
One
big
of
boy.
the 2 girls, and she managed to do it. Major
Trash
props.
winner. Trash winner.
Season 1.
Way to represent, either.
Hey, Marco, that's just how the cookie crumbles, big boy.
And
No.
honestly,
Oh.
And definitely
You're the one that
wasn't
betrayed your
fair.
friends there.
the entire final 3 were the people I
You
was
were my
supposed-
best friend. That's true, Thomas.
Well, you did vote me out. And well, to be honest, I voted for you. Should have gone with Michael, to be honest.
Yeah, you.
Well,
I-
if you went with Michael, you would have had to
took my
vote for
heart.
you.
Or just
So congratulations.
You still would have gone home.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well
we'd
done,
like
Eve.
to take a few minutes to, especially we'll give our finalists first the opportunity to address us. Eve, do you have some victory words for us? Any words of advice or
Come
anything
on,
you'd
Eve,
like
let's
to
hear
share?
it.
Eve, let's
Girls
go. Eve.
rule,
Let's
boys
go.
drool.
You're
There's-
I don't really have anything to say. I'm just a bit shocked. Like,
Peachy.
She's flabbergasted.
thanks for all playing with me. You guys were really great to play with, and I really enjoyed it. I don't really have anything to say. I'm not one for speeches. I'm not sorry.
No, that's good.
Good speech. Good speech.
We'll come
Good
back
speech.
and,
Good speech.
and catch up with you here in
I
a
was
bit.
done robbed. Can't believe it.
Kyle Griffin, how did you guys feel coming into this? I know that there's been a lot of
Marco.
chatter between the
Marco.
contestants. Did you feel like you had
I'm
the
pretty
votes
sure
to take
this
her
is-
out?
that He meant to ask me.
Kyle.
No, Marco, go ahead.
Oh wait,
Yeah, did
sorry.
you-
I thought. Okay, sorry. Repeat.
So I'm wondering,
Like
Griffin and
Kyle's
Kyle, did you feel like you had
Oh.
the votes that you needed to take Eve out? Or
Yeah,
did you
I
know
did
that
not
she
make
was
final
gonna-
3, Ryan.
Oh, do you want me to ask Marco instead?
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I thought you were addressing the final 3. I can go.
I actually did the same thing in our last edit. I put Kyle
Oh,
on Marco
no.
a few times. And so apparently I've got your name switched to my brain the last 2
You're
days.
losing it, right?
We're pretty similar. We're like Marco and Kyle just come together to form one whole mile.
Yeah. In
If
fact,
we're
I
gonna
think
make
And
you're
then you
thinking-
Let's do it on
backstab
the
each
live
other.
show.
I didn't backstab Marco.
So Marco,
yeah,
that was
go,
your
I'll go.
one mistake.
Um,
Your one
Yeah,
mistake.
I'll go. This game, when I look back 10 years from now about my time in quarantine, Virtual Survivor will probably be the thing that stands out the most. This experience, I won't go as far as to say it is life-changing, but it is something I will never forget. Talking specifically about the game, going into finale, I knew if I could get to the end, I was most likely going to win. I still think there's a situation where Eve could get the votes to beat me in the end, but she vehemently denies it constantly. With all that said, going into the finale, I really didn't think I was going to get to the end. And when I win or lose, I was going to be insanely happy with the way that I played the game. Very proud of myself. And I still stand by that right now.
You should be.
very good. Hey Cody, what do you have?
I feel really bad, but I gotta head out because I got my exam scheduled. Like right
Let's
now,
go.
sorry.
He's leaving.
Yeah. Griffin.
Hey,
If I could
Everyone
just say
in the
something.
chat just wish Cody
was
good
that,
luck
Ryan?
on his exam.
Go up
Oh,
on
yeah,
your.
thank
Want to
you.
give us your
Thank you,
quick thoughts
appreciate
on
it.
the
Good
season?
luck, man.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I couldn't ask for like Kyle said, I couldn't ask for a better way to spend my quarantine, and especially just I mean, looking at pretty much like the diverse cast that we had and the all different types of personalities and
18 men.
exactly just all the different types of people that we had come aboard and play together and actually align together and actually fight together like Marco and I but like at the end of it all coming back, it's just good to see everybody come back and have a fun time and congratulate Eve as the winner. I think we all had our pros and cons of the game, and anybody could tell you about that. And I mean, I couldn't walk for 2 weeks after that one call. I was actually in the ER, so I had to get my stitches on my knee. So, but I'm good now, and it was really fun, and it was very stressful. Anybody on here could tell you it was. I took it really stressful. It was. If I wasn't at work or if I wasn't doing something else, I was thinking about the game and what my next move would be and where the numbers were at all times. So I just want to thank you guys. And
Cody, you should look at the chat.
Yeah,
Chat.
Cody, on the chat, someone wished you luck on your exam.
oh, thank you, appreciate it. Yeah,
And now you're gonna do well in it.
At the
Exactly.
reunion 10 years from now, the cast reunion, you need to let us know how you did on that.
I will. I got you.
Oh,
Wait,
look
we'll
at
still
that.
we'll still talk. I mean, James and I had a Snapchat virtual Survivor game that we both made in Final 3.
Oh, nice.
So that was fun. But
Did you guys
Who
win?
won?
I did technically. Yeah, I did.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
but it was honestly really fun. I cannot thank you guys enough. You made it a blast. So
And so, James, it looks like you made it in. Are you ready to? Do you want to take over as host, or do you want
Should we
to?
reread the
You want
votes?
to sit back? Yeah, you can read
Reread
the
the
votes.
votes.
if you
Read
want.
the votes.
It's much more extreme when James reads the votes. I'm not gonna lie.
we had some technical difficulties over here, so we had Ryan step
Sick
in
boy
for a little bit.
James, my man.
Yeah, but
Honestly, reminds me of the first tribal. Like James was having technical issues then too.
He was sick.
Connor's
Oh,
vote.
wow.
I was sick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic. It looks like full circle.
He was technically
Alright.
sick.
He's
Alright.
probably just recovering from the Spurs game.
We should probably get back. Not one to commandeer this, but do we want to go back to where we were with Marco?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and.
We
sorry,
We full on
James,
skipped
I don't know
Griffin's
if you-
question.
I don't know if you heard James, but I'm planning to
I wanna
just
be
kinda go
skipped.
through and let everybody tell us what they've been up to, tell
Oh,
us
yeah, yeah.
what they thought about the game. And so we gave Kyle a little bit of time because I called Marco Kyle instead. And so you can go back and hit our finalists first.
Yeah, the people that like really matter. Like, no offense. to them.
That's gonna prioritize.
This is why you didn't get any votes.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So as I'm joining in, once again, congratulations to Eve on the win. You know, you got Marco with some votes, and at the end, Griffin didn't receive any votes, but he made it to the end, which is great enough for him.
Thanks, James.
So congratulations to you guys. Congratulations to everybody who's here. So who is next up to answer that question of what everybody's been up to?
Either Marco or Griffin.
Suggest we go about food order.
All right. So yeah, Marco, you're up. You can. What you been up to? Marco?
Everyone. Well, I mean, my life has kind of gone downhill ever since I lost this game. It's kind of an irrecoverable position. I'm at university now, though, studying physics.
Oh, smart guy.
Think about giving up because it is not. I haven't even seen my university yet. I've not been there. I don't know what it looks like. I barely know its name.
Wow.
I'm just at home doing my own experiments, and I'm ready for All Stars, where I'm going to put Eve in her place.
Interesting.
And that's a promise.
Well, I mean,
Sounds like a guarantee.
it's
It's
intention.
definitely guaranteed.
Do I have the skills to pay the bills? Is the question.
No, you have like $5.
I have 2. That's what I've got. That's what man's got.
All right. I'm gonna ask Griffin the same question. Griffin, what you been up to right now, and how's this game really changed you?
I don't know. I haven't been up to a lot lately. Like after the game, really, I didn't do really anything. So this was basically my whole summer, my whole quarantine. After the game, just basically talked with these people right here. I don't know. I felt like I have my own little friend group now, even though we're from all over the world and we're all different ages, all different ethnicities, being Jewish.
Yeah.
Michael being Jewish, 100%.
Being Jewish and
And Italian.
yeah, and
Latino.
Italian.
It's
I
really
just think
And white.
Oh my
and white.
God.
And white.
and white.
All
Also,
right.
guys,
But yeah, I just
everybody-
think having this group just here, I think it just was really great just to have these people that I feel like I've never had someone that I can talk to about Survivor, Big Brother, or things like that, because nobody that I really know talks about that stuff. But when I met all these people, I feel like it's just so nice to have someone that I can just talk about with something that I like and they like as well. So
Yeah, and that's kind of the underlying message of this whole season. This is the first time anybody's really done anything like this, a virtual Survivor. And after the months of playing and the months of the off season watching these episodes air, I feel like everybody's gotten brought together by this. And season 1 is just a whole community now, and you could see if that can happen in the future, season 2 and beyond. But I'm gonna get some started with some questions real quick. Yeah, go for it, Declan.
I thought were we going around to everyone or no?
Oh,
Like-
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was about to
no.
say that.
All right, then
Surely
I'll-
no.
wait.
Surely.
Oh,
Are
wait.
we going to
People voted
everyone, or
out.
do
Are
we
we
want to
really?
just ask some viewer questions
Yeah.
now?
We can go to the Q&A if we want.
Yeah,
Let's just do questions. Second place is
I
always
gotta
good.
get something to drink. I'll be right back.
Guys,
Alright.
if you guys wanted to talk, maybe don't get voted out.
James, I was looking at the.
Hey,
question.
Marco, you're
I
just
think
like Chelsea,
He's
never
cracking
coming
your skill
first.
scale.
I think it might be good to
Just Arsenal.
maybe just ask each person one of these questions from the
Describe
Q&A.
Arsenal.
Yeah, I was
Europa
looking at
League.
it.
So maybe
I
you
was
could
looking
go
at
to a person
Europa
asking a
League.
question and
Yeah,
give
we
us
got a
a
lot of
quick update.
Bro, we got some hardware, Marco.
Q&A from like the audience. Or...
Hey.
All the Q&A questions I sent you. Yeah, those are all the ones because I sent out a form.
Okay, all right. So yeah, I'm gonna ask him a few questions real quick. All right, we're gonna start off with a
boy
good
Beachy.
question. Good question for Michael over here. So Michael, please explain to me why Michael is the greatest player this season.
Yeah, so
Write that in.
Who asked that question?
I do not
my good
know.
friend Michael asked that question.
Of course.
So I think I was robbed, and I just wanted to take this opportunity to say that my Virtual Survivor career definitely isn't over. There is a returning season. Make sure about Michael. That's all I have to say.
Boo.
I swear they already did vote Michael.
I don't know. I think
That's the
Rick
whole
was a
point.
better alternate. I mean, he made it farther.
Yeah, I just was like ultimately better, Michael. Like just at everything personally, just like
I mean,
we should probably
like
try and get through this
Survivor,
relatively
just
quickly.
like
We
better
don't wanna-
than
we
you,
don't wanna
like
run out.
hockey,
Okay.
just like better than you. So like, I just think you need to step down
No,
from
I
like
think
Is
all
that
the
a challenge?
alternates should come
down to
back
like
low
a
key.
lower level because like I just passed you up. So
My
you
bad.
got,
Okay.
like dethroned.
should-
Even though you
Zing.
got dethroned like a
I
million.
should bow down, King Griffin.
Zing.
All right, I'm gonna ask
Michael,
another.
Griffin made farther than you, and he's a play-in player. You know.
All right,
Wait,
we have a lot of questions.
Someone's got to tell
We have
him.
a lot of
Someone's gotta
questions
tell
to
him.
go through.
Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna ask a
Thanks,
question here
Director.
to Garrett.
Oh,
Garrett, you're a. So this is a question from me, actually, not the audience. Sorry. Garrett,
crushing.
you are
Will you go out with
significantly
me?
you are significantly older than pretty much anybody here right now in this game. How many personal connections have you made with these people? You're so much older than everybody else. Once again, but like you've had a difficult game. You know, it's not about building connections. Like these guys are all in their teens or early 20s, perhaps, and they all have that in common. But you're kind of the person out of that loop. How does it feel?
I myself, I don't feel that old. I don't feel like I'm nearly 40. I feel like I'm in my early 20s, hanging around with these guys for 3-4 months now. I've made connections with a lot of them, you know, a lot through Snapchat and just having the lols, and even a 40-year-old saying lols is just showing my age rather than doing what I should be doing when I'm in 40s.
All right, question. One of our finalists here, Marco. In your opinion, how was your game stronger than Eve's and Kyle's? And what moves did you make?
Hold on a
as
second. Let me get
his binder out real quick.
Got a chart, doesn't he?
Hopefully it's not too controversial to say me, Eve, and Carl. I believe we're on equal levels. I think we did a lot of moves together. The way that I did better than Eve was because Eve did nothing the whole game. She just relied on having people, oh, Eve, you're a girl. Oh, I'll do anything you want. Oh, yes, I'll spend 3 hours playing Roblox Survivor with you and putting that on my
You're saying
game.
that everyone simped for Eve?
Pretty much.
Well, look, you said it, not me. Your
I know
words.
you did not just mention the Roblox Survivor.
I mean, you described it. I just shortened the word.
And Kyle, look, it's my question, guys. And Kyle, look, big threat.
You interrupted everyone over their questions.
Yeah, but like,
All right, let's try and
Fans are
keep
finalists.
comments from other people not answering the
All right.
question to a minimum.
Yeah.
Kyle, big threat, didn't manage it. He basically made me flip on it. It's kind of his fault. He basically flipped on himself because like I had no choice. So, in fact, actually, screw that. I'm not on equal level. I'm actually on a higher level than them, and I just basically let Eve win. Actually, I had to let her.
Okay. I'm gonna have to move on from Marco here. This person said, "Hi, this question is for anyone to answer. What moment in this season surprised you the most with, you know, twists, idle plays, vote outs, etc.?"
Definitely the super idol. I didn't think anyone. So I don't think anyone expected a Super Idol to come in at Final 9.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, the most surprising moment was when Declan played the idol on Alex. Like, that spooked me. And when those 2 votes got read out for me, I was like, this is it, Chief. It's been fun. Merge boot time. But
I thought, wait, hold on. While I was
I
on
think we need
jury
to
watching
talk about
that, I
this like
was
situation.
Griffin.
Like, I think we need to talk about this situation because, like, it's Michael's fault that he basically went home because we talked before the vote. Hey, should we switch it on to Declan? And he was so much pushing towards Alex. It was his own fault that he went home because he was the only one that wanted.
Well, before I was interrupted,
everybody to vote on the same page.
Griffin, before I was interrupted, I just want to say, how did y'all not figure out that they were going to use an idol on them? Even when I was on jury, something was very
I knew they had an
sketchy.
idol. I just didn't think they were going to play.
I had a terrible feeling
when Cody kept
tribal,
saying,
I was
"Oh,
with
stick
my
with
own
the
inaction.
plan, stick with the plan," you know that he wasn't going to stick with the plan. Like that's how I figured it out. The most surprising thing was when Eddie flips on to Corey. That's like how I saw it. I was like, why would he do that? Like,
I saw
now
Corey
you're on the
is going
bottom of
pretty
this
far.
side.
If he didn't go at that point.
What
I
the
saw Corey
heck?
going really far.
Well, according to Declan, he was his goat.
Exactly.
Was my goat.
Everyone was Declan's goat. We should get into
in
that.
in my alliance,
Universe.
besides Zach,
Yeah,
I
that's why
probably
Declan
could
has
have
his
beaten
paper.
everyone.
I want to argue that I wasn't Declan's goat.
In my alliance. No, Don, we were never in the same alliance.
Corey might have been.
No, I don't think Corey would have been.
All right, Kyle, this question
Hold
is
on.
going to be.
Can I answer the question next? Because I think there was one that it was like very early. Like, I think we all know this one. Like, it started an argument between Elisio and Yinny. Gossip Girl. Like,
Someone should probably
was, like,
actually
out of
explain
nowhere.
this. The audience doesn't know a lot about this. so
Okay,
Elisio-
because clearly I was accused on multiple occasions. I will explain it. So, to the audience that are watching the reunion, Gossip Girl was this account that someone in the cast secretly made and tried to spread a lot of paranoia, rumors about a certain players. Or at least their targets. The first victim of Gossip Girl was Connor. The second victim of Gossip Girl was me. But and we were like wondering, who's Gossip Girl? Everyone in this call, I'm pretty sure, assumed it was me. Can we just say that? Can we just say that? Everyone in this call assumed it was me.
I can vouch for Elisio because we assumed that Elisio would simply message people like that. Exactly how the Gossip Girl was initiated. That message, we thought that Elisio would message someone like that. So that's why we thought it was Elisio.
So
I didn't think it was him.
True.
Okay, wait, hold
I think my bias against
Wait, then who
Elisio
did you
because
think it
I
was,
didn't have a
Connor?
Yinny at the time.
To be honest, like I heard from like a bunch of other people that it was a combination of Marwan and Yinny.
Boom, wait.
That's exactly what
That's
it was.
exactly
that was
no,
who it
that's
was.
exactly who it was. Guinea's the one that created Gossip Girl. No, wait, was it Andrew? You knew about what's going on
believe it
too.
was-
Even Andrew knew.
Yeah, wasn't it like
Apparently, I'm gonna expose it a bit. Andrew was a little bit involved too.
Andrew,
but-
okay, Andrew, you could explain it too. So, how did Gossip Girl just come together?
Yeah, please
So
tell.
me, all right.
Yeah, come on, man.
So me and Yinny were in a call. We had to somehow divert all the attention to Elisio to ensure that he went home next after Connor. And it was not my idea at all. I kind of
Wait, was this before or after the fight with me and Connor? Because Gossip
was
Girl was
right
created
after.
before.
That was right after. I remember this.
Yeah, no, it was before. The fight kind of just like helped it, I'm pretty sure.
So, originally you weren't. So Gossip Girl wasn't supposed to secure me going home. It was supposed to secure a certain person from, like Connor, to go home,
It was
right?
supposed to secure the other tribe hating Connor to save Declan and Corey.
Okay.
And then on top of that, it was supposed to ensure that if we lost, you would go.
Wait, no, because Gossip
All right,
Girl was
we don't
made
need to have a whole
before the
15-minute
before
segment
we
just about
actually had our
Gossip Girl.
tribes.
We should
So
probably move on.
Yeah, we should.
I suggest we have like
We
a
should- yeah, we
1 minute
should
timer.
move on.
We got it like it's like we
Unlimited
gotta like
timer
fire
for
through
each
these a little
question.
bit.
Yeah, true.
We could discuss Gossip Girl after the reunion then.
Until the cows come home.
Let's keep it organized.
All right, I'm gonna ask this question to people with a pre-jury. Who's the most robbed person out of you guys this season?
Oh, that's obvious.
Andrew.
Well, yeah.
Andrew.
The most
No.
likely.
What?
No, I'm
No,
kidding.
Connor, come on. He was the first victim of Gossip Girl and the first one out.
No, that was easily Andrew. Like literally, it was easily Andrew. Like if you
I
guys
think
differently.
it was either Andrew or Renier personally.
Yeah,
I will say that like
But Renier could have saved himself.
All right, so that's gonna lead into the second part of this question with the Andrew vote out. One of the craziest moments of the whole season by far. And Andrew, what was going through your mind throughout that vote out? Because you and Yinny had a fun relationship, and that kind of led you guys to your own demise. I mean, what was going on?
Yeah, well, to start off, I thought Yinny was a better person than after the Griffin vote out, seeing how he handled that. But yeah, with that, I totally trusted that we had the votes. I thought that Michael had my back too, so I thought I could confide in him, and I didn't think that he would go behind my back and give even idol, which I think ultimately led to Michael's demise too. But through my head, I thought that there was no option that I would go home. If anything, Yinny wouldn't use his idol, he would go home, or Eve would go home if I could get Corey to flip with us, which I did, but I didn't assume that an idol was going to get played.
Honestly, I totally agree with Andrew. I think the idol swap with Eve ultimately was one of the things that led to my demise, but also I kind of did screw Andrew. So I just want to say sorry about that. No hard feelings. Like,
it's all good, bro. It's all just a game, It was a good move, honestly. It almost got you like really far into the game. It was just you got screwed on that first vote.
I had to really pick a side, and I felt like you and Yinny were like too like connected together compared to everyone else, and I felt like I had to break that tie.
All right, now we go from a question from the pre-jury. Now this question is for the jury. Of all the tribal councils you viewed, what was the most shocking vote out, and which one was the saddest? We'll go in order here, Kyle.
Shocking. I wasn't on the jury at this time. I couldn't have been on the jury for any of the vote outs. I wasn't on the jury until the last vote out, but the most shocking for me would have been Garrett's. The saddest. I mean, me and him were against each other the whole game, but Zach, I feel like we had a mutual respect between each other, like, like that game recognizes game sort of thing. And seeing him go out, it was a little bit sad. Oh, actually, in Declan, he was my PlayStation compatriot. We talked about The Last of Us 2 together, and seeing him get rocked out really sucked on a personal level, even though game-wise, it was good that he went home.
All right, Eddie?
Probably final 10 for both. I think it was really sad that Declan went home. I really didn't want him to go home there. That was probably the biggest shocking moment for me of all the vote outs. Mostly because I can't really say Corey because I knew it was going to happen. And then probably I just didn't expect it to go to Rocks. And I didn't expect them to actually listen to me when I said who to play an idol on. That was a mistake.
Okay, I have a quick question. Do I count as pre-juror or do I count as juror? Because I'm in a weird
I would
spot.
count you as pre-juror.
You were juror.
Oh, I'm a juror, so I count.
You had a vote in the end. You're a juror.
Wait, it's Garrett next.
Yeah, Garrett.
I would say the saddest one was actually Kyle's vote because Eve was nearly in tears with the vote. She didn't.
That's very reasonable.
So and then Declan for shocking.
Wait, are we talking about like most shocking votes?
Yeah.
Saddest.
Most shocking and saddest.
Vote and shocking.
Yeah, I'd just like to welcome Corey to the call.
Hey. All right, who's next? Zach isn't here, so
I
it's.
think it's my go.
It's
Declan.
I don't want to be biased. I mean, mine was shocking and kind of sad, but like from a different perspective, Zach's was definitely sad. Corey's was for sure shocking. Kyle's was also sad. Just from I wanted Kyle to win really bad, and yeah, I think those were the most shocking out of all of them.
Corey, can you answer this one?
Yeah, so most shocking. I'll go like two most shocking. Obviously Declan, because no one expected it to have two successful idol plays and go to Rocks. And then probably Eddie, just because like I felt really comfortable that it was gonna be unanimous Griffin. But that carbon monoxide was like genius.
No, we're talking about
the first.
Talking about
we can talk about carbon monoxide too. We can throw that.
Talking
in
about
there.
past merge, by the way, Corey. We're not talking about.
We need to talk about that in the segment.
No, let's talk about the genius of it.
We'll talk about it after this question.
All
right,
let's skip to that.
We should probably. Oh wait, no. Michael's next.
Mine was shocking too, though.
Yeah, Michael and then Elisio.
And then next question.
Oh, it's me. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, what is it? It's most shocking and like most sad.
Shocking and saddest eliminations.
Okay, so I think shocking is like, honestly, I'm not trying to sell myself short. I think mine was pretty shocking personally. I had no idea I was going home, but definitely I think I'm gonna hop on the train here and say Declan as well. I think it's just solely because we didn't know who was actually going home still, even with the rock draw, obviously. So I think Declan got screwed by that. Saddest, I think I would have to say would be Kyle, just because like I think honestly from someone who's been on the jury probably the longest, I was rooting for Kyle since I got on the jury. I was rooting for him to win, and just to see him leave that late in the game, it's just yeah, I think it was really sad.
All right, and finally, Elisio.
Okay, so clearly saddest was mine. But saddest, I have to go with Kyle. I was definitely rooting for him. I think a lot of the jurors were rooting for him. And yeah, and the shocking would be Corey's. I said this before and I'll say it again. Corey's was definitely shocking.
Right. Well, we kind of touched on it a little bit in that last question. And I guess this could be for anybody. It's mainly for one person or a couple people here. What the heck happened with that carbon monoxide leak?
We'll let Marco take the floor.
Marco.
Thank you, everyone. That was probably my peak, and then it was all downhill. I think
final 18.
Peaked at fun. If I got voted out after that, that would have been perfect. But basically at that point, Eve and Carl had done a very good job of like convincing me that we were best buds. And at that point, the other majority really wanted to vote Carl out, and I tried to get the vote onto Griffin, which eventually I did. But then I realized, hang on a hot darn second, if Griffin goes out, I would not be able to keep Carl in the game afterwards, because then at best it would be 4-4. It would go to it would have been messy. So I thought, once my boy Cody, much like in this Zoom call, dipped out and didn't get a vote, I thought, look, I'm just in Carl and Eve's way. I don't even need to be at the meeting to like save them. I can just leave and they can save themselves, and I get no blood on my hands. And it was the coup d'etat, in my opinion. But
can I say something on that matter? So I didn't find out that it was fake until like I like to say fairly quickly after I got out. And my honest first reaction is, wow, what a jerk. You just left the meeting and said, hey, I'm going to forcibly make it seem like, hey, I'm neutral and avoid having to vote, which kind of was the whole point of it.
Yeah, like from the inner workings of that move, having been on the other side of it, like I know a lot of the people that weren't directly involved in it happening see it more as a scummy thing to do, but like I can say, I really respect the move. From my perspective at least, it was genius on Marco's part. It was genius for all 3 BCG members, and I will never not support the move, even if the move itself resulted in a rule change later in the exact same season to stop it from happening again.
Yeah,
Can I
explain the new rule, James?
Literally, you cannot just throw away your vote. You cannot not vote.
If you're not at a meeting, you have to will your vote to someone. So
I honestly think if you're not at the meeting, you should get a self vote.
Game changer, though. No, because then the move would have worked anyway. Because the move would have still worked.
Personally, when I was watching, I was like, Marco, please do a move, because that's also another reason why I didn't vote you at the end, is because you did that move. Because it was like, for me, my personality, it's very bold. You do these plays. I mean, of course, I got second now, but still, it's like, that's what Kyle did, and that's what Eve did. So that's why I voted them over you.
Well, you voted Eve.
Okay, so
of course, I voted
honestly,
Eve, but I would have voted Kyle.
If Marco's move,
you couldn't, because
if Marco's move had, if the Baril boys, right? If the Baril boys, so me, Cody, and Corey at that time, had gone to another tribal with Marco before the merge, I think that move would have a lot more respect on its name, because our trust definitely waned with him, but we were still very trusting of Marco, and the move would have been 100 times more effective had we gone to another tribal had we
I wonder-
gone further with Marco before the pre-merge.
Yeah. I wonder who would have gone next out of me, Declan, and Cody, though.
Yeah, was it honestly going to be Corey? If
It was
going
going to
to
be Griffin. If it was,
Yeah,
it was going to be Griffin.
We would have let Griffin go, and we wouldn't have anticipated the double tribal though. So I think at that point, Marco said he would have flipped, and then he was going to.
It would probably have been Dawn after Griffin, maybe.
Yeah, I kind of felt like I was never really going to be in that group. I felt like if I didn't get the blindside at the point in the game and I like still ended up kept going, I probably would have been like Brittany and BB12, who just got dragged to the end only to be dropped off.
Oh yeah.
All right, should we move on?
Yeah, to be fair, like I watched like all the episodes for my like reaction series. I didn't think
Check it out.
It's fantastic, by the way.
Make it to the end myself. No offense, Griffin. Sorry.
Yeah. So this next question is actually going to be
I'm not
for,
gonna lie.
this question's going to be for Murray Reactions over here.
Actually, there's no S.
Okay, Murray Reaction. Sorry. All right. Yeah. So how has it been reacting to the series on your own channel? You know, also gaining popularity for both yourself and the Survivor Geek channel. How has it been being, you know, a fellow YouTuber throughout all this?
Well, I've been a YouTuber for a long time. It was a hell of a ride to see, like, looking back at like all the plays I could have made, especially my blunder back in episode 6 when I accidentally, revealed Michael's plan to get rid of Kyle, which I like.
Saved me. You saved me.
Well,
We
anyway.
say this all the time in our group chat, Thomas. You ultimately had Kyle's fate in your hands.
Yeah, true.
You are the reason. By virtue, you are the reason Eve won the game, basically.
Which is
Right.
actually really, which actually is kind of true. You were a piece in it. Carbon monoxide. I think, also had
Everybody was a piece. Should we
Big
move?
effect.
Should we move on to the next question?
Yeah, let's
Is
move
there going to
on.
be a plank off, by the way?
What was the question?
What?
Oh
Could
yeah,
be a
Thomas.
plank
That's
off.
right. Yeah, Thomas. In your episode 12 reaction, you demanded to challenge Marco in a planking challenge.
Let's
Oh,
do it.
for real, did he?
Because
I'm still
I'm
mad about
actually a
that
football
challenge.
player,
I'm not
and the
gonna
fact
get
that he
that.
did like the bridging thing was like,
This is like beating a dead horse at this point. With the
Can we openly
You guys
call out
can.
that
You
that is
guys
not
can.
a-
You guys can ask the questions, and me and Mari reaction. We'll just like in the back.
Let's move on to the next
All right,
question.
yeah. So I'm gonna move on to I'm gonna move on to Eddie here. Eddie, this is a pretty good question, I think. Why did you flip on the Burrow Boys for Corey for the Corey vote, and then immediately go back to them?
This is not. I don't think this is the question that needs to be asked. Eddie, how did you get back in the game?
Nah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that question.
All right, fine.
I don't know about that question. No, I'll answer. All right, so I guess that's a question for me first. Yeah,
They'll find
so
out how rigged the system.
yeah, this stems back to the original carbon monoxide leak episode when Eddie did get voted out. It was a little behind the scenes bribing that happened. And basically the production team, as well as Ryan and myself and Maddox, all agreed to a hefty sum of money from Eddie for himself to get back into the game. And that's exactly what happened.
Cool
What
story, bro.
actually
Tell it again.
happened is the BCG didn't tell production that carbon monoxide.
Bro, check that.
They felt bad for Eddie and brought him
For
back.
fear it was against the rules, I didn't tell them.
I don't remember all of that.
Maddox said 2
I
million
just remember
plus-
money.
All right,
I just remember
Eddie,
stacks.
All right,
of
Eddie.
cash.
Corey, move now. Explain that. Explain that.
And the question is why I did it.
Yeah, why did you do it and then flip back?
There's 2 specific reasons. One, Eve probably would have been going home a lot faster, and I had aligned myself with her. And 2, frankly, the second I got back, and all of a sudden Declan was making all the commands, and I just didn't want to be perceived as a goat. I didn't want to be the one that just got dragged to the end and didn't do anything. And at 11, I realized, we had 5 here. We have a 5 here. I'm in the middle. I can decide whoever I want to go home. And of my side, Corey had the most connections to the other side, and they actually trusted him. So if I took out Corey, I could take those connections from him, and I could probably have those connections instead. The reason I flipped immediately back is purely because all the people on that side now trusted me. I needed to get these people to trust me again so they wouldn't come after me. Because Cody had my trust advantage. I did not want him coming after me with that thing, because I could have gone home next if I did not flip back.
That actually sounds really reasonable. I actually agree.
Probably my biggest regret is probably not getting close enough with Eddie. I'm pretty sure I talked to everyone except Eddie, like on a phone call.
You talked to me twice.
Corey, you did not talk to me once.
I didn't talk to
No,
Eddie
not like
until
everyone
the
left from the
finale.
game.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I definitely talked to Eddie the least out of everyone.
I never talked to Andrew. Never.
Missed
Not once.
outcome.
Surprisingly, Corey and I talked a lot during it, and we never were aligned.
All
All
right,
right,
next.
this question's for Declan here. As the one person in the entire competition to not be voted out, that didn't end up at Final Tribal Council. How does it feel to be the one voted out by Rox, and you kind of just got unlucky? You got unlucky, but
here comes the returning season plug.
Yeah, what was your reaction to that there?
It was definitely one of, I don't know, shock and like speechlessness. I was hurt for a bit, but then I realized, that's just the way things turned out. I can't be mad.
The cookie crumbles?
The way
it's the way the cookie crumbles, big boy. It's just a game, I have a good support group of, Katie Collins, Jessica Lewis, and Pascal English.
Who the hell are those guys?
They're all people that have been shocked out.
That just for this.
Yes, and it's all good. I'm fine. I never got a vote against me, and it's something that I guess I can be happy about. I'm proud of the game I played, and
yeah, Declan, you really rocked it. I gotta say.
Yep, you got idled out by a child,
Yeah, you're a rock star. You're a rock star, buddy.
That's funny. All right.
You got the.
Sorry,
All right. Nice try, Marco.
All right.
All right, so this question is for Griffin, because Griffin is Yinny's best friend. Is Yinny still alive? Like, where is Yinny right now?
The man who shall not be named.
I mean, I should also get this question.
Don't know. So what happened after that scenario? I would say that vote off. Like as soon as it ended, he just said, "F you, blanking blank." You know what? I'm not gonna say it, but like it just, and then he basically blocked everyone. I don't know if he's talking to anybody anymore, but like I don't know what happened to him. I don't know where he is. Maybe he's back in China. Who knows? I don't know. I'm still scared of him. I still have nightmares, but I don't know. He
all right, that's
haunts me.
I mean, he didn't block
Moving
me. and
swiftly
I
on.
fought him.
I don't know if he blocked me or not. Like he and Zach, well, and Alex were the only ones like I talked to. Like I didn't talk to Kyle or Marco until like the day like after I made my blunder. So, and not to mention Garrett and Michael too. So,
all right,
Corey, I was kind of the opportunity there.
Oh, Ryan's in contact with you. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, Ryan did get an email from Yinny 3 days ago, so that's very interesting.
What did he say?
What email?
The email I got from Yinny was basically, sorry, I'm not going to be able to make the reunion.
Oh, okay. It was just that.
Damn it!
Oh, so he's still alive. He is still alive and breathing.
Still alive. He's going to college at Yale right now, and he's very busy with that.
Wow.
Wow.
And
That's
who?
impressive.
Where?
Yeah.
Well, we're the losers.
Really
All right,
prestigious.
We're the losers.
Let's keep it
Very
rolling.
prestigious. All right.
Next question.
Yeah. So a lot of the audience is really wondering a lot about another season. So everyone in season 1 has been talking about All Stars. There's only been one season so far. You're obviously gonna have to have a few more at least. But this question is kind of for everybody real quick. I wanna raise your hand right now. If you got asked to play again in a year or two, would you say yes?
Eddie.
Everybody except perhaps Eve and Eddie.
The E Lions.
Everybody would look to play again. Now, another big question, probably on everybody's mind right now. Would Rainier be casted in All Stars? Absolutely, 100%. Rainier would be casted in All Stars.
Yeah. I think he's honestly. I know I've promoted myself a lot, but I think Rainier is a lock for All Stars. At least if you're doing a format, he's a lock.
All right.
You also would say yourself is a lock, but you never know.
I didn't say I don't say I'm a lock. I think Rainier is.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like
I think the biggest lock is honestly Zach. Zach is the for sure hands down the biggest lock to go on.
I mean, we've discussed this in our Snapchat group chat about like who's most likely to come back, and I still think Rainier is a lock. I personally think that because if no one knows this, basically Kyle has a bit of a schedule where if he could come back, but he also can't. I'll let him explain it actually.
I could potentially be going to college at some point, so should schedules allow for it, I'd love to come back. I can't predict the future. I won't know until I'm there, until I'm asked, if I'm asked.
All right. Well, this next question is actually going to Kyle. Kyle, you were sat in the fallen angel spot of number 4, right?
Wait, hold on. Pause for a second. Speaking of Rainier, what the heck? What the heck?
What?
Oh my gosh.
No, wait, is he? He's here.
He's here.
It's Rainier.
He was like, I gotta get that camera time for a second.
He spoke his name.
All right, James. What's my question?
Kyle wants the
Noticed
spotlight to be on
faster
him.
than we did Eddie.
My God.
All right, so Kyle, yeah, you were set in the fallen angel spot, obviously, right? You know, how does it feel to be that close to the end, and then just falling one step short?
I said it well enough in my final words. At the end of the day, when I said I was truthful when I said that I cared more about the friends I was making than the win because I knew the win was worth nothing. Eventually, Marco betrayed that. Marco ended up losing the game. Sucks for him.
What happened to friends?
I don't know.
Yo,
He's giving me the L's right now.
I'm handing them out.
Yeah, hold on.
No, Eve's not here. Eve's not here, so
$10.
I'm the highest
Yeah,
around
no, but like
person
I mean,
here.
I was satisfied with my
respect
experience,
me.
win or lose.
Oh,
and
okay,
I was very grateful and happy that I was able to make a lot of friends. I do wish I kind of want to know though, would I have won if I made it to the end? Like,
Easily.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So I was in the
Kyle,
rush
I've already
to
explained
hand
this.
him this L.
I've explained
still
this.
think
The
Eve
jury
might
was
beat
all
me.
rooting for you, and
No,
and
everyone
it
was rooting for you. Like,
I honestly
all rooting for you.
probably would have trashed your game though. Just like
oh yeah, I think I would have had a good final tribal council performance.
Yeah, but
Alright.
like,
I think I dare I say you might have won unanimously.
All right,
No,
let's
he
move
wouldn't
on
have.
here.
yeah, but
Oh my
like,
God.
Let's move
you
on
did
here. All right.
nothing
Right,
to
alright.
put the time.
So this question's kind of for
Wait,
everybody
hold on,
because
hold on, James. I need to say something real quick. I'm feeling a bit sick right now, so I think go. I'm very sorry.
All
right.
He's
okay.
medevac.
Thank
You feel better, Dawn?
No problem.
Done.
Feel
But,
better.
come by.
It was nice seeing you, Dawn.
Here.
So
But,
Cody's gone,
I
Dawn's
hope I
gone.
can see all of you guys
We're
again
playing
someday.
Survivor
Yeah,
again.
same.
Great.
Bye,
You have to
Dawn.
survive the Zoom.
all right. Oh, there was Dawn. All right. So this question's kind of for everybody because everybody was kind of involved. Why was the vote always on Griffin? Griffin ended up being the scapegoat in the end, but Griffin always seemed to be getting almost everybody's vote.
It was just easy.
I mean, I can't really.
Like, it was like honestly,
if I was ever in a position,
clearly not easy enough when you guys can't vote me out.
okay.
Tell him, Griffin.
Sass.
Tell
Okay,
him.
but honestly,
you were just perfect. You were the perfect.
like
person to
honestly,
vote
I
on.
didn't really think in the terms of the merge vote. I didn't think far enough ahead to say. I didn't think the Michael vote would work. So we were just like, well, first of all, it was supposed to be Eve. Eddie turned us off of Eve, so that was Griffin. And then for the original time we voted Griffin because that was the unanimous group's decision, like with Kyle and Eve and Marco and Dawn. Wound up being Eddie getting voted out. And then we voted Griffin at my rock out because if we went to rocks, he was the least amount of a threat when we going to rocks. So we just wanted his name off the ballot.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same wavelength. Like, that's why our side at Final 10, we voted for Alex, and then it's why we voted for Eddie on the revote. We wanted one of the perceived big threats strategically to go out. And Eddie, I'll say, was actually quite a proficient strategic player, but at the moment, like in the moment...
He was with us, though. Is what, like, as in
No,
with
it
Eve.
wasn't.
As in with Eve.
Oh yeah, he was also a reliable
That's what I'm
source of
saying.
information. Like, that's how I knew to play my idol on Griffin. Eddie told Eve, Eve told me, so I knew.
Yeah.
All right. So if we want to go into a vote breakdown here at the final tribal, We have Elisio, Michael, Corey, Declan, Cody, Zach, Eddie, and Kyle all voting for Eve. But also Marco had 2 votes, one from Alex and one from Garrett. Garrett, you're the only person here right now that voted for Marco.
Who has sense?
It would have been almost unanimous if it wasn't for you. Why were you choosing Marco over Eve?
I was a lot closer to Marco than I was Eve. Like Marco would ring me and we'd be talking about the game, and I thought he played a better game than Eve.
All right.
Well, and I could speak for Alex. Alex was bitter towards Eve and Griffin. Thank you.
I honestly think that we did have some bitter jurors.
Alex I would consider bitter for sure.
I mean, you cut off the most important part of that, final tribal council.
It was bad.
There's a lot of things not shown in the season where the viewers kind of got left in the dark. I mean, for starters, me and Connor fighting day 1, and Griffin
I wasn't
and
editing
Alex.
at that point.
Yeah, wait, who was the editor for episode 1? Cody.
It was Cody.
No, Okay, so next question here. This could be for everybody. Are you guys all? It's been a while. Are you guys still friends outside of this? Or are there any major disconnects with you guys? How's everybody
we have.
Say we're friends.
Yeah,
we're all friends, but
not everyone, but we have a Snapchat group chat that
we don't talk
routinely.
as frequently, but we all still message each other quite often.
We're definitely
When school started back up, everything kind of we did
every morning.
Wait, Andrew's friend.
Hi, Andrew. Who's your friend there? Your
Andrew's
Hey, what's
friend.
up? This is Nate. Nate, this is everyone.
Hi,
hello,
Nate.
Nate.
Hey, Nate.
Wagwan, Nate.
Hey, Wagwan, my G.
Wagwan, my G.
They're the crazy people that have been watching your roommate this entire
All right.
Get voted out.
Wait, what?
I have a personal favorite question.
Oh, chill out, buddy.
Wait, favorite question.
He has a
I have a personal favorite question here. Okay. I don't know who asked this, but whoever asked this, thank you. Are Eve and Kyle just platonic friends, or is there some romance blooming into between them? Perhaps does Kyle have a thing for Marco?
Yeah, it was about
I
to
don't
say.
know. I don't know, Eve. What's going on here?
Oh, those Maddox. Oh.
I think Marco and Kyle are definitely an item.
It's Yinny's
Yeah,
question.
especially during
Oh, God, not
especially
Yinny.
during the game and pre-final 7, me and Marco were tight. I love that man. I still love the man today, even if we don't.
You were
talk
being
as often.
used. You were being.
Sorry,
Okay,
so
guys.
We gotta pause this
You
discussion
gotta
real
pause,
quick.
Andrew.
Andrew gotta go. We're gonna wish Andrew farewell.
Thank you. I hope the rest of the reunion goes
Bye,
well. It was
Andrew.
really fun playing with you guys. Peace out.
You too, man.
Bye, Andrew. Gotta have you here.
Thank you.
Nate for season 2.
Yeah, no.
I love
Season
that
2.
guy.
Between the 3 BCG, best alliance of the game, but we're all just friends.
My God, season
Wait,
3,
Kyle,
season 1 versus
are
season
we
2.
still
I
doing
think so.
awards?
Oh, the Survivor Awards. I did that a few months ago. I think I still have the results if you guys want me to read them out.
I was about to say, I could
do that last.
Yeah, I was about to say,
question.
you can send them to me and I could read
This
them.
was not on
Talk
the.
about our ship between Michael and Elisio that some people have been talking about.
I have not heard that ship
No,
once.
what?
I've
heard
rumors.
That's a ship.
I've heard rumors.
With that.
I did not hear
All right,
this.
all right, should
It's
we
me
move on
and
to another
Eve.
question?
I just
Should
want
we
to
move on to
clarify,
another
viewers, it's
question
me
then?
and Eve.
Yeah, so this
Griffin,
question.
can we talk about your showmans with
All right,
bunnies
all
and
right,
butterflies here in the
Michael,
chat?
Michael.
Buddies and butterflies.
All right, so
Oh,
this
yeah.
question's more general. Somebody asked, how do challenges work? I was just going to answer that, but this series is a lot different than most virtual survivors you can get out there. Any Snapchats or Instagram survivors, we are a lot more efficient. I make sure that almost every single player can get on Zoom or anything on time, and a date that is set for that, and everybody can do it. 99% of the time, everybody's available. We have a lot of people here tonight as well. We just set up a time. We set up a challenge. Me, Ryan, and the moderators, we discuss what challenges we're doing on what days. And sometimes this hits, sometimes they're not. But it's just a little background on the game so far. Yeah.
We
So
should probably
next,
do a few more questions, I think.
yeah. Does anybody have a favorite question? Because I don't always have to be the one asking questions, even though
I
I'm the
can look
host.
through they don't all
Or
have
if
access to the
Ryan does.
questions. I can look
If,
through
Ri-
them.
if,
Did you
Ryan, if
guys
Ryan has
have
any
fun?
questions,
So
I have a question.
original.
I'll ask a few of the
Yes.
game-related questions that were asked. Why was the tie in episode 12 between Eddie and Zach and not Zach and Alex?
Oh,
Actually, I think
yeah.
I could probably
that's-
answer this. The reason we
it's obvious.
split between this was final 8, right? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Eddie and Zach was because we viewed Eddie and Zach as the two more strategically proficient players of the Minority Alliance. So we didn't split on Alex because we didn't really care about Alex as a threat. He was a threat within the game, but of everyone left, I would have rather seen Eddie or Zach go.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
He was a threat verbally to me. Because he hurt my feelings.
Fair. I mean, Zach was kind of a major player in the game. And Eddie, too. I mean, he had a big target of him coming back, like, into the game itself. So even I could see that when I was reacting to the whole thing.
Another question kind of for everybody. If there is a season 2 and a 3 and a 4 and stuff goes on, we continue on the cycle. You think there's ever going to be a season that's as good as season 1? Anything that can top this?
No.
Definitely.
Unless
I'm
you see a
hesitant to say
Janelle.
it because season
Maybe.
1 does feel like we caught lightning in a bottle. We got, I think it's fair to say, we got an amazing cast. We got like a relatively diverse cast in terms of, not in terms of gender. I think it's quite heavily slanted one way in terms of gender, but everything else I do
Hey,
feel
the minority gender won.
we had a lot of diversity within the cast, and along with that, the personality that we got, it was so great that I'm hesitant to say it can be topped, but I'll never say it can't be topped.
And Kyle,
We
your
also
editing
had
made it
much more
much
time to,
more
like-
exhilarating to watch. I gotta
And
say.
we also had much more time to like film stuff because of quarantine. So like definitely that helped our case, just having Corona be a thing.
Unless Marco comes back,
actual
others will
Survivor
be
season, like being not around, you know? I mean, that I think really helped its case, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna ask a basic question again here. What was everybody's just favorite overall moment from this season? Just ask some random people over here. Let's go with Declan.
Favorite moment. Final Travel was really fun. It was really tiring too, though. My merge tribal was super fun.
Why?
I just really overall just bonding with so many people and making so many new friends. Like the overall experience was just great. I can't really pinpoint one moment that stood out to me.
Most fun, honestly, I mean, I speak from like a very specific point of view with this, but like working with the BCG the entire game, getting to be like I think it's fair to say like the alliance of the season, being the ones behind a lot of what was going on. It's great just to look back and see how it all happens.
I think for me, like the best moment for like this season was definitely the Yinny and Elisio argument. Like, I think my fellow Goopid tribe can actually agree with this. Like, those two really went at it. Like,
That was content. That was good content.
yeah. It was.
That got
I
views.
was gonna
That
agree.
got
I was
views.
like, any single time Yini had a fight with someone, it was just music
Good
to my
content.
ears. Even though I dislike him so much, but it was so
Dude,
funny
you
to watch.
kickstarted the views for this videos.
Of
You got
course.
it going, bro.
Anybody else
Yeah.
have any other answers for
I
that?
mean, I came back for jury. and look
Declan
how the views went.
asked the question to me privately, but he can just ask it openly.
Who do you guys think are like the closest friends still in this game, like to this day?
Even Eddie.
Even Eddie.
Even Eddie, yeah.
Even
They've
Eddie.
been playing a lot of like
Yeah, I can see that.
games.
Yeah.
Eddie's been kind of addicted to Among Us recently.
It's not addicted. It's only
Not an addiction.
I might have more hours than Eddie. I might have more hours
sorry.
than Eddie right now, to be
Eddie, I'm
honest.
sorry, I'm not trying to call you out,
Okay,
bro.
yeah,
But
I
every time
think
I
it's
go
a
to that,
split
every time I go to that Among Us server, I see you in a call.
Yeah.
It's a game about
Wait,
strategy.
Michael, you need to
I can't
hop on. I
help
don't
it.
see you play that much.
I don't.
No, Michael never
I mean,
plays,
I'm
and
an old
then
school.
Minty gets on, plays a game, and then says, "Oh, I got to do schoolwork," and then gets off, but stays in the game.
I was supposed to say I
That's
play
what
a
Minty
lot
does.
now.
No, he says other stuff.
Yeah,
I know, but I'm not bringing that up.
The answer,
all right.
the answer to the question is Eddie and Eve.
All right.
It's Eddie.
Unless there's any more burning questions in anybody's hearts, I might try to get on to some awards, perhaps.
Ooh.
So
do we already discuss the viewers' questions or like?
Yeah,
Those
we
were
did.
the viewer questions.
Okay.
Yeah, so unless if anybody can jump in with a quick question that we're gonna miss.
I would like to say something.
Oh yeah, we should let Connor talk.
Connor
talked a lot in all this.
Well, first, I just want to say, first off to you, Elisio, if I ever did something to hurt your feelings when we were having that argument, I am genuinely sorry. And, also, for, the people out there, like Marlon, Yinny, Andrew, that were part of this Gossip Girl situation, I don't blame you guys for, doing the move or setting up the whole account, but I hope that someday you'll go back and realize that what you did, even though it's a game related thing, to me, it kind of hurt me personally because I felt like I never got a clear chance to really express or show who I really am, because everybody thinks I'm this Russell Hands bad bitch type thing, which honestly it's really not dang true. And it just sucks knowing that that's how people perceived me at that time. And actually, when I looked back on an episode, I got a one comment saying, "Oh, I don't like Russell Hands. I hope he dies." And that to me, it really hurt, because if he's also saying, whoever said this also saying that about him, then in a way it's kind of a reflection off myself for what those three did to me. So
well, okay.
It just hurts.
Well, Connor, I just want to say you're definitely not a Russell Hands. You have literally nothing to apologize to me for, because I played this game as a game. I kind of started and initiated that fight only because, not because of Gossip Girl. I could care less about what Gossip Girl said because I thought it was irrelevant. I only literally fought with you because I heard you say my name. And
to be honest, it was true. I did say your name, but I did not want to it come off like me trying to target you, because from what I've heard when I was in, if you and I were on the same tribe, they would have gone rid of you first and then me next.
So how I saw it was if you just, because you said that someone else said my name, if you just told me who said it, I wouldn't probably have gone.
I wanted to, but I couldn't though, because those people were.
Oh, so it was those three.
Lines with me.
Wait, you could say it now. It's the reunion, right? Okay, wait, who was it? It was those three: Andrew, Yinny,
Andrew, Marwin, and Yinny, that were the free Gossip Girl people. That
so those.
It was mainly Yinny and Marwin.
Wow, looks like the tables have turned with Marwin. I guess.
Which I may want to point out, both of them are not here.
Yeah. So they're lucky that I can't go
Yeah, we
off.
should probably.
So we're going to move on here.
But yeah, thank you, Connor,
to the virtual.
By the way, Connor for All Stars.
Connor for All Stars.
Okay. So we're going to move on to the Virtual Survivor Awards. All right, these were voted by, I think, our mods and the entire cast.
I can actually probably explain this. I organized this. I asked the cast for their nominations to a specific category. I tallied the 5 most nominated people in each category, and then I released a Google form where people could vote based on each category. So James, just read out the 5 nominees in the category and then go for the winner if you want.
All right, and whoever's not muted when we're doing this, can you put mute? So we're going to start off with some early season with the best alternate. All right, and we have 5 nominees. We have 5 nominees. Obviously, Griffin and Michael are missing out because they made it in. They're not alternates. But these guys were Raul, JT, Yasmin, Jeffrey, and Jonah.
Come on, Jonah, my boy.
And
Jeffrey, come on, Jeffrey.
Okay. Can we just call him the Navigator, please? Not Jeffrey.
And the winner is
JT.
JT.
Yeah.
Wow. It's
Oh,
JT,
King.
the absolute best alternate.
Season 2, my man.
I believe
Rob.
I called him the Russell Hands wannabe.
Yeah. All right. Now we got the best moment from the season. One is Andrew Blindside, pretty big one there. Carbon monoxide with Marco there. Michael's Blindside. Declan being rocked out of the game, and the Yini Elisio fight.
It's pretty stiff
And
competition.
the winner is my personal favorite, Declan being rocked out of the game.
That's your favorite? Crap I get from James.
Wait, who was second?
It's
Close second,
terrible.
please.
The second place, it was a tie between Yini Elisio and Michael's Blindside.
I'll take it.
I may notice that the carbon monoxide did not get a single vote.
Yeah, carbon monoxide got no votes.
Not even from me, somehow. Somehow not even I voted for it.
The best challenge competitor, these were our top guys. These were absolute beasts in challenger games. So we got Kyle, Marco, Zach, Michael, and Griffin.
Come on.
Griffin.
Come on.
Griffin.
Easy,
And the winner
pretty
is the winner
Easy
is I
win.
completely disagree with this. The winner is Kyle.
Completely
rigged.
deserved.
Welcome, buddy.
Whoa.
If
collected the
the
rewards?
host had to give out the award, the host would give it to Zach.
Zach, I think if Zach went further, Zach would have done really well in a lot of the challenges.
Absolutely.
True.
And he was the only one to do an actual plank.
Griffin did it better than Marco did it, and also
Very
Zach
good.
had his bum in the air too.
All right, so this
but
next
it's all
one
about
is the
who won.
best confessionalist. People who use their words in the background. Nobody's listening. We got Zach, Kyle, Marco, Cody, and Dawn. There were only really 2 people to vote for. It was between Zach and Dawn, who got most of the votes here, and the winner is Zach. Congratulations.
1,000 confessional man.
He only got 20 total, actually.
He sent a lot of confessionals.
Didn't Yini send a lot as well?
Yeah, before he rage quit.
All right. Next one is for the best challenge. We had a few good challenges this season. I have a few favorites of my own. But here are the nominees with Fallen Comrades, the Final 5 challenge that you guys recently watched.
Yes.
Riddle Relay, which was the Final 4, which was a phenomenal
Boring.
challenge. The Puzzle Relay, which was in the Final 6. Touchy Subjects, which was the Final 9 immunity. And the Plank Challenge at Final 8.
I would say the first one. No,
I think the Beast wins 2 out of 5.
Very first challenge.
And the winner was the Plank Challenge at Final 8. Marco's victory.
That was
victory earned.
People struggling with planks.
It was a great challenge.
People
Not
winning.
done perfectly, but it was great.
Fun fact, I pitched that idea. That was my idea.
All right.
Oh my god, I love this
I
comment.
gotta
Can
go,
Yini
guys.
get a reward for
Yeah.
being the best closet monster? I agree. I agree. Shout out to
Alright.
bunnies and butterflies.
Yeah.
They've all been
It must
saying
be
she's
so
gonna
funny.
be in our closet.
Bunnies and butterflies.
Bye,
Me is at
Corey.
your house at 3 a.m.
Real
Alright.
jokester.
Next
Marco,
question here.
Bake Street wants you to do a plank.
Oh my
AKA
God.
Bake Street.
yourself.
Oh wait,
wants you
so
to do
is
it.
Marco asking himself?
Okay, next question. Who the hell is Bake Street?
Not me.
Let's move on. Let's
It is
All
not
right,
me.
let's move on right now.
I'm
All right.
not
So
self-elating.
Best idol play this season. There were a few good idol plays for sure, maybe because there was a few too many idols this season.
What?
So nominees are Kyle and Alex playing their idols, thus forcing rocks. Eve playing Michael's idol to blindside Andrew. Great vote there. Eve and Yini both playing their idols. When Kyle acquired the super idol from Eve and
Same
Marco.
thing.
I
And
included
then,
double idol plays sometimes.
yeah. And then Declan plays his idol on Alex. That was a great one there. But the
I think there's only 2. I think there's 2 obvious ones.
Either
Yeah.
the Rock one or Declan's.
Yeah,
I think
the
Declan's
winner
or
here-
even mine.
Yeah, this one
Eve,
was
sure.
Eve playing Michael's idol to blindside Andrew. Was the
Nice.
Yeah, I'll accept that on Eve's behalf.
Oh my god.
He's here.
Here.
Great one here with the best tribal. The Elisio vote off, Andrew vote off, Yini vote off, Declan being rocked out, and Eddie blindsided by the BCG for the first time. That was a fun one. All right, and the winner for this one is the Elisio vote off. So congratulations to Elisio, that one there.
Well done,
Congratulations. He has an award.
You're on
Best
the board.
I got a reward,
Oh
y'all. I
god.
provided
Oh
the
god, this next
entertainment.
category. Oh no.
I'm gonna have to ask this one. I'm not gonna. Oof, okay, I didn't make this. The worst player of the season. Don't be discouraged by this.
No,
Don't be
don't say this one. Don't say this one.
Don't. I think I know the answer to this actually.
No, just don't say it.
The winner for this one, actually unanimously, it wasn't even close. It was Marco. So
Wait, what was it? I don't even remember.
Even the people who voted for me at the final
It
tribal
was only Marco. Marco received 100% of the votes. All right.
I win.
That was
You finally win.
Oh,
so
shucks.
confused.
All right, I'm gonna go to this
Extreme
next
voted
question.
for Marco?
The best,
Even Garrett.
the best crew member. It was between obviously Ryan, our Survivor Geek,
What about the
Quest
two
Archer QA. No, not asking those questions. All right, QA, who was actually the one behind the Super Idol.
ACXD.
Maddox, which is our most loyal moderator here. And then
Maddox, your beauty.
And then me, who received 1,000% of the votes. Congratulations, myself.
Yeah, he actually received 53.8% of the votes. I have these. I have these up here too.
Which is still majority, to be fair.
Yeah. All
Wait,
right.
he's still majority.
No, but an idol. You're not counting for
I
idols.
agree, Troy. Elisio for second chance. Sorry.
All right. We got some funny moments here. The funniest moment of the season was up between Yinny and Griffin tribal fight, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yinny and Elisio fight was just as hilarious. Dawn's confessionals, gotta love Dawn. Kyle's
Those
final
are-
tribal council speech, those graphs were pretty great. Then Alex's final tribal council speech. Gotta love some Griffin action.
Griffin, what are you doing to that dog?
Funniest moment of the season was the Yinny Elisio tribal fight.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Oh, I just want to win
You're
something.
reaping the rewards.
All right.
This
Next
is a character
character.
we're gonna do.
Next one here. We got the best character between Elisio, Kyle, Yinny, Marco, and Cody. And another win actually for Elisio, who is just stacking them up.
Whoa!
Get
Oh my
the
Who I thought second out getting all these rewards?
Very efficient with
I'll
the time you
take
had.
it.
Imagine if he was in the whole season.
I think that says
It
something.
would have been the
I think that says
Elisio
something.
show.
All right. The best move in the game, social or strategical. It's up between a few. Kyle and Eve convincing Dawn to take credit for the Eddie blindside, which ended up getting Dawn voted out. Carbon monoxide.
We got Dawn out. We got Dawn out.
This guy from Marco.
Want something.
Eddie
word
gets
is
himself back
ingratiate.
in the Barreau boys after he kind of backstabbed them a couple hours before, really. Zach convincing Trimates that he is a super idol. Pretty great play there too. And then Kyle flips Marco back to the BCG. And the winner, which has a majority of the votes here, Carbon Monoxide by Marco.
Your boy.
Oh,
Seems like me and Marco are just.
That was
you
a
know.
team.
We just take look. Me and Eve, the blonde brothers, the blonde bit. Just
All
tackle
right.
all of them.
Literally.
Next question. Next award here is for the best tribe between Baril, Goopit, the new Baril, new Goopit,
there's only one answer.
Suga,
There's
the
literally-
merged tribe, and then new Goopit. And the winner here is the new Baril, which was Yinny's tribe, quote unquote.
Oh yes,
Oh,
I was
okay,
in
fair
that
enough.
one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fair enough. That was actually that tribe actually.
That
was
tribe
classic.
had interesting people on it.
We have,
That's all.
That
we
was a
have
classic.
two awards left to give out
was
here.
also pretty good.
Two
New Gooper was
awards
good
to give out.
strategically, but New Barrel was good content wise.
Two more awards to give out here. Two pretty big ones. One here is the award for the best alliance. Right?
Oh, I wonder who it is.
Oh, Kyle,
it's-
you know there's only one answer.
Hey, it was actually really close. It was a 1 vote difference between the winner and the loser.
Okay.
But
So
wait, how many options were there? You should start from the bottom to the
yeah,
top.
so
yeah, fifth
we
place.
have
Yeah.
the Barreau Boys, the BCG, the International Alliance, Geek, and the Canadian Connection.
Yes,
Oh,
Canadian
so just
Connection makes an appearance.
And this was
out of
the
5
closest. This was the
had Kyle
closest
in
vote.
them.
This was the closest vote. Not even. It's actually between the BCG and the Barreau Boys.
Hell yeah.
And
I'm in one of them.
the winner is the BCG.
Damn it.
Congratulations to the BCG.
And
The
they played the game right.
Alliance won.
I'll take it.
All right.
They sure did.
All right, this is the last one.
And yes, the final question, or the final award here, sorry. And this is for the best player on the season. I have to give it out. I gotta do this. All right. So it's between, for the nominees, Kyle, Zach, Marco, Eve, and Declan. And the winner for the best player of the season is Connor.
Yeah.
Yes! I'm robbed. I was robbed.
The actual winner with Maddox was Kyle.
Kyle.
He did make it, so it was rigged in his favor.
Yeah, I did make the awards, but
yeah.
Aubrey Stan rigged.
Aubrey Stan, no.
We've pretty much gone through all the content we have. So should we wrap up and then just chill on Zoom for a little while, say our goodbyes, and never talk to each other again?
Yes.
I think we should have our own talk without being on YouTube live.
I think we should just wrap up.
I mean, it's almost 2 a.m. for me, so I might just.
All right.
What was it, like 4 a.m. back when we were doing Final Tribal Council?
Yeah.
So
this is nothing for you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my my final words here. Once again, congratulations to Eve for crushing the competition, smacking some skulls in, winning the whole game. She was super ruthless out there, and she got the win. And once again, thank you for everybody coming out, all 20 of you. If you're not here or here, congratulations. For Ryan for hosting. Congratulations to Survivor Geek and how successful this is. And that's because of you guys, everybody watching at home. Thank all of you. And, content may or may not be worked on for season 2. We'll have to wait and see about that. But yeah, that's it for me.
And thanks to you, James. Thanks to you, James, for stepping up and being the Jeff host.
Great job, everyone.
So much.
It was one of the most amazing experiences I've probably ever had. So
honestly,
it's been amazing, and I'll never forget any of you.
Aww. Okay, don't
Some
make
of
me
you
emotional here.
eventually.
But Yinny,
I wish I could forget. But...
Yinny has Yale. It's fine. He's doing okay for himself, I guess.
Yeah, guys, we are the losers. I think we should realize he's at Yale.
He's in Yale. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he
is.
is.
I'm a virtual Survivor game, but he's at Yale.
Marco, you could get into Yale if you tried.
I just realized we were still live.
Oh, look at Eve.
I realized you were still live, so okay.
Oh, Eve,
yeah, that's right.
The winner of the season finally makes an appearance.
For this whole thing, I've been the highest ranked. I've been
thanks
the highest
everybody
ranked.
for making this so
We were
great.
secretly
and
trying to
I guess
we were secretly trying to get Eve to talk this whole time.
Secretly.
And it was me. I did it.
then.
Doesn't that make me win? I swear.
Had a girl, Marco.
I am the one who gets Eve to talk.
No.
I am now king of England. That's the myth, right?
Alive.
Well, anyway.
Marco, Baker Street wants you to rap something.
Oh yeah.
We don't have time.
It's been
slowly getting darker.
Hey, copyright.
Going down.
Don't copyright.
Salami. Salami.
Okay, is there anything else, Ryan? James?
I'll stop on real quick and say thank you so much, guys. And like was mentioned before, I was absolutely amazed with the cast we were able to get together. We have, the personality range, the big personalities we have. We didn't have a single disappointment for sure. We didn't have to do any purple edits were unintentional. And so-
Griffin.
It's my own fault. We don't need to bring it up. It was a hard time for me. Can we stop talking
You
about
did
it?
great, Griffin. That's all I gotta say.
Thanks, Elisio. At least
More
someone's
edits than I did, to be honest. Like he got more edits than I did.
Nice.
Yeah, and just overall, I thought it was a great experience. I'm just glad that I was able to get to meet each one of you, and that we were able to. It's fun to see the friendships that have been made, and like's been expressed already. Yeah, there's not a big prize to be won, but it's been fun to not just make new friends, but there's some nice international alliances that have been made in this group that I think will be going on forever. And so it's neat to see the friendships that have been made inside, outside the game. And yeah, it's as far as I can tell, you guys will be playing Minecraft together for a long time. So that's a lot of fun.
Maybe.
And at the
sure.
same time, I'm in the Garrett camp a little bit, where I'm definitely on the older end of the spectrum. I don't think we ever compared birth certificates to see which one of us is older.
You're not old. You mean like on the outside, maybe
You're
no offense,
middle
on the inside.
Hey, I said it before.
You're an old
On the
man.
outside,
Ryan.
you'll look a day over 20.
No, you're an old man. Ryan.
It was kind of an intense scenario. I kind of felt like I was taking a bunch of you guys under my wing, and I hope that there are any of you that had your feelings hurt. I hope that it gets resolved. I hope that everything's been ironed out. It's been a lot of fun to see that all work out as well as it has. And so overall, we had a few hiccups on that end, but I think everybody was happy by the end, and I think it was a great experience. So thank you so much, everyone.
It looks like Steve.
Thanks for having all of us.
Yeah,
this was definitely
it's really,
so much
the
fun.
light is going down in my room. I should probably turn on my light, but I'm too lazy to get up. So we should probably end this quickly before my room is pitch black.
How convenient. You're wearing a black outfit too.
Yeah, of course. I had to look snazzy.
All right. Does anybody have anything to say? I can go ahead and wrap up the live portion, and we can just stay on here.
Will the live be on YouTube or no? It's just
We've been recording this whole time.
Oh, it has. No, I mean,
Technically, it's on
will it
YouTube.
stay on YouTube or will it just be deleted?
Yeah, I set it up. I believe it's been set up to be a permanent video. If not, I do have the recording that I can add on later, but I think we're good on that end.
Okay, good. Because we ain't trying to like.
Mention, viewers, follow me on Instagram, Michael McGuire.
All right, so yeah, not again.
I've had my
Not
name
again.
on Instagram the entire time.
Yeah, I got my channel name on here. I changed that.
Very
up.
reaction. Hold on, wait a minute. I got.
Yeah. Again, thank everyone for an amazing experience. I will never forget it. So for the final time, this has been Kyle. This isn't just my season. Everyone else can say goodbye too.
Well,
Thanks for reiterating.
Hope y'all enjoyed it.
Okay.
So
Have a good one, everyone.
Have
To
a
the
gas.
viewers and to everyone.
out.
Good
luck to season 2 applicants.
This
good luck to
whole
everyone.
show
Good
has
luck.
been a sham.
Everyone out there.
I've been robbed.
Cookie crumble.
Honestly,
All right.
no, I'm mad. I've been
Goodbye,
robbed.
everyone.
All right,
Hey,
guys. Thanks. I'm going to go ahead
I'm
and
out.
end that the live stream here, and you're welcome to hang on.
True winner.
Thanks to the viewers, the supporters, the fans. It's been a lot of fun seeing the comments. We still would like to know who a few of you are, but I don't know if we'll ever get that figured out. So.